about to bounce the ball, waiting to see all players in position. And here we go for the 68 grand final. Jeff Crouch moving into the centre. He bounces the ball. The ruckman move in. Mackenzie's up there. Savannah comes in from behind. Down to the ground comes the ball. Players coming through there. Russell Blue has it. Can't hold it. Picked up by Crane of Carlton. There's a real struggle going on. Nichols dives on top. Tries to push the ball out. Can't do so. And there's a free kick going to John Nichols of Carlton. Nichols now kicking to the scoreboard end. Puts his boot into it. Not a bad kick at all. Players come out. Kekovic is up there. Has the ball knocked away by Pryor. Down to the ground it comes. Jesselenko in possession. Jesselenko sends one goalwards. It's offline and through for one behind. The first score of the match. A behind to the Blues, and we have been playing about 30 seconds into the opening quarter. There's Jesselenko, number 20, and there'll be a throw in on the wing position. By golly, Noonan, number 10, he was well up from his centre half forward position.
Very open forward line, Essendon. And there's a free kick to Mackenzie, the first free kick in the ruck between these two champions. And Mackenzie grabbed and slung. He should have been penalised for that because he did play on.
He's penalised him, Butch. He's pulled him 15 yards.
Mackenzie now is just forward of the half-forward flank. Kicking out a bad kick now. The wind got it to it, took it out of bounds, deep on the half-forward flank on the outer wing.
This is going to be a fantastic battle of competition with the ruckman, Nichols and Mackenzie. There they are. Number 2, Nichols, 24, Mackenzie. Nichols gets a tap down here.
Gosper gets the kick in towards the pocket. Luff's coming out from fullback, traps the ball with his foot. There's a chance for Shaw and Gill. And young Blethen in there. He takes it, kicks it goal.
Look at this.
Well, a beautiful beginning for this young fellow. Only 18 years of age, 19 years of age.
Oh, look at the Essendon experienced players run around the boy too and give him a little pat to help him along his way.
Could be a problem here, you know, the way Luffs took the risks in that second semi-final, coming out to meet the ball.
In the forward pocket for Carlton on the member stand side.
And a free kick missed there to Evans.
Carlton kicking to the scoreboard and newsstand end. Up they go. The ball hits the ground, knocked away here. A chance by Crane. Crane kicks forward. Here's a go. It bounces. It's bounced through almost. Yes.
Oh, that's the luck of football, Butch.
Well, that was a very lucky one. Now that gives Carlton 1 point lead. 7 points to 6, and there's nothing in this. Even as early as it is.
By 2 Carlton opponents and had no chance of getting rid of it.
He's bouncing it about 30 yards out from the Carlton goal. A big knock away. It's sharked here by Barry Davis. He kicks out to the halfback flank on the outer side. Players fumble. It Walls was the one who fumbled. And the ball is driven by Fordham further downfield up towards centre half forward. Players set themselves in close. Cutting across, takes a glorious mark.
Geez, game is kicked.
This is game is Ned Kelly. There's the lead there from Blythen. Let's see what happens. Close is going to take the long one. Down it goes to the edge of the goal square. Players come out.
He's grabbed it.
Blythen.
Oh, he grabbed it. Beautiful, strong mark.
And if it hadn't have been his, Payne would have got it. It was a well-judged mark.
Now Blythen, or Blethen as some people call him, he's already kicked one. He's 20 yards out directly in front. Kicking to the Richmond end. A chance to put the Dons back in front. He kicks. Didn't mess around. It's through.
Essendon back in front.
Well, Butch, up to date, this young lad has certainly proved his inclusion into the side. Now, to see him... Well, Crouch is right on top at this particular stage of the game, Mike.
He'll want to stay there too. There's the kick. Oh, it's a glorious kick to the wing position on the outer side. Players come in for it. Nobody able to hold the mark. A chance here for Fletcher of Essendon. He gets around Jones. Fletcher steadies, puts his boot into it, drives further downfield. Here's a go. No, he couldn't be paid it. But what a gallant attempt. And Collins kicks and puts it over the boundary line.
Geez, got Wes Luffs worried, I tell you. Wes was propped underneath the ball, and had a quick look and thought he couldn't make it. Towards Crosswell. They mistimed it, and Williams came through and kicked out towards the centre winger, Mark to Manari. Oh, that wind's playing a lot of tricks.
My word.
Manari kicks in towards centre half forward. Oh, look at it, flying up there was better, but he couldn't get it. And it's, no free kick, it's play on. Scrambly play there, Alice falls over. Crane manages to get the ball out. It's over here towards Gallagher. He kicks out towards Kekovic. Kekovic tries for the mark, and he's going to get the free.
He's playing it in the back.
Well within kicking distance too.
68 grand final.
Kekovic 50 yards out. Not only a slight angle. Up he comes. Left boot into it. It's on its way. It's swinging across. It looks good. It's through. Carlton back in front.
14 points to 12. Carlton 2 points in front. You notice the Essendon
around the centre, allowing Croswell to get in there as a loose man in attack.
And a nice punch down towards the pocket. Croswell gets it and
it's
a mark.
No mark.
Oh,
no mark.
Gallagher had it. And Williams now comes through. A little surer in defence. Essendon, the ball kicked out towards the flank and a good mark to Robertson.
Now that move, Croswell lurking around there, Ted, has paid off. Robertson now, he's going to stick this right down. Robertson takes his kick. It's a good one. Oh, it's about 20 yards out from the goal square. Up they go. The ball is knocked to the ground. Picked up by Williams. There's a siren for quarter time. And what a hectic quarter it's been with the scoreboard reading. Essendon 2-1-13. Carlton 2-2-14. Here at the MCG, it's umpire Jeff Crouch holding the ball aloft, signalling the start of the second quarter of the 1968 grand final between Essendon and Carlton. As they go into the second frame, we find that Carlton have a 1-point lead, and they're going into attack now as the ball has been marked there by Bennett at centre-half forward. Carlton in the second quarter are kicking down to the scoreboard end, waiting for Bennett to take his kick. Up he comes, puts his boot in. Oh, it's a long one, I'll tell you what. It's not a bad kick. It's in the goal square. They set themselves up. They go. Off the hands of the pack. It's taken here by Gale of Essendon. His kick off the side of his boot goes straight over the boundary line. The ball up only about 20 yards out from the Carlton goal. Jones goes up there. Gallagher tries to pick it up. He could get a free out of this. He's still struggling. He picks it up. He goes around onto his right foot. Hooks it over his shoulder. Look at this.
Hit the post.
Hit the post.
Oh, he deserved better.
There you go.
In they go. Oh, Williams couldn't hold it. Tries to recover. Fletcher now gets the kick up towards the half forward. Oh, Barry Gill mistimed it badly. Shaw racing for it. Hesitates slightly. Covers the ball. A long kick at goal. Look at this. And Lofts took a very, very solid mark. Oh, that was well done. Under a lot of pressure.
They're cutting across now, all right. Knocked away here by Crane. Taken by Blue, however, for the Dons. Blue up towards the forward pocket on the member stand side. Shaw is there. Knocked away. It goes to Walls. He's taken to the ground. Holding the ball.
Obvious one, too. Look at Lofts sprinting back towards the goal square. Left his man a long way away. There's Blethyn, the full forward, in the square. Lofts just made it as Shaw comes up. Kicks it in towards a chance for Blethyn to mark, and Noonan grabs Kevin Hall. No free kick. It's a mad scramble there. Young close, battling away. Kick off the ground by Nichols. Hits the player and comes back the other way. Fordham has it. He hand passes. It's a wild one. Goes up and takes it again himself. Nichols kicks off the ground. In towards the centre. Away they go. Croswell's a chance here. Met solidly by Williams though. He picks up. Tries to go back the other way, over towards Jesselenko. Impus takes it though. He kicks in towards the centre. It's Williamson, Sproul, I beg your pardon, in front. Over to Payne. Payne gets a hand pass out here towards Noonan. Noonan lines up the goal from a long way out, kicks off line, and it's out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, he put plenty of leather behind that one, Alan.
It's starting to really get exciting here though now, Mike.
Oh, it's glorious to call.
Throw in on the centre wing position on the outer wing. Oh, Jones interfered with, hits down. Nicely picked up by Croswell in towards Nichols. Nichols grabbed by Evans, tries to play on. Hand passes out towards Jesselenko, but Crane comes in, takes it off him, goes round onto the left foot. Looks a reasonable kick until Williams came through and trapped it. Down again to Manari. Manari kicks high up towards Kikovic. It's a big chance to mark him up. Fair way out too.
He's already kicked one. He's kicked one goal. He's 40 yards out, directly in front, kicking to the Richmond end. Ryan Kikovic. Up he comes, concentrating. Left foot kick, it's on its way. It looks pretty good from here. It's right through the centre. The goal umpire never moved.
He never looked like missing it up on 10.
2 kicks, 2 goals. The same at the other end of the ground, young Blythen. 2 kicks, 2 goals.
Crouch now about to bounce. Players all still in their selected positions. McKenzie gets through, but Jones, and look at Croswell's big punch. And Gallagher fooled his opponent then. And passes to Kikovic. Kikovic in a lot of trouble. Oh, did they hit him? But he gets through. 1 point. Oh, and Essendon players down there too.
Oh, both sides tackling ferociously.
This is why the scrambly kicking, it's what's causing the scrambly kicking, Michael, is the very intense tackling. Oh, McKenzie should have a free kick against him there. No, play on. No, he's called it. Oh, he's let it go on. And here's young Jezelenko.
Jezelenko.
Shorts one to Kikovic, and Kikovic marks. 25 yards out. Gee, that was confusion. I was sure that he blew his...
25 to 30 yards out. On only the slightest of angles, you could say, directly in front. Up he comes, puts a bit of a skip in. He kicks. Oh, he seems to loft that a trifle. Wasn't a good kick and 1 point result.
Well, that's 9 shots they've had, Carlton. Pryor kicking in awkwardly
switches
too.
flanks a bit too.
In towards Bennett. Marked nicely. Williams going crooked and he had him by the arm. But Bennett now, there's a lead. Here's he's honouring it too. It's Kikovic coming out, going for it, but Pryor pushes it down. Quirk picks up. He's on an acute angle, racing into goal. Another miss. Oh, this is costly for Carlton.
Well, one thing that I have noticed in the last 5 or 6 minutes, that Carlton are backing each other up much better than what Essendon have been during this second quarter.
In they go. Jones with Mackenzie. Jones pushes Mackenzie that time and he got the free.
Oh. Do you agree with that one,
15
Teddy?
yards.
15-yard penalty. Very foolish.
Oh, Barassi will be going crook now, I'd reckon.
That's bringing Mackenzie into a fair shot at goals now. Still a long way out though. Look at Barassi waving his head.
Shaking his head as if to say, what did you do it for? A short one towards Gale.
Now that was a missed kick.
Barassi must be saying, what are you doing down there?
Well,
he might ask too.
3-7, they've had 10 shots to 3.
Sproul, 25 yards out, directly in front, kicking to the new stand end. It's on its way, it looks pretty good from here, he stuck it through.
It's number 26, Paul Sproul, just kicked that goal. Number 19 was Ian Collins, the Carlton back pocket player. There's Ron Barassi on the two-way hook-up to his runner, Graham Donaldson. Essendon 3-1-19, Carlton 3-7-25.
Have a look at that. Ball kicked out now again to Gosper. Gosper, a very handy player. He's on a half-back flank. In towards the centre wing, Russell blew him up.
Oh, hello.
They're kicking around the ground a lot better,
I don't think what the players up forward realise, these inexperienced boys, that ball will always drop short when they're kicking into a breeze.
There's a kick now forward, up towards centre-half forward, up they go. Oh, David Shaw almost pulling a beauty. Noonan tries to struggle forward with it. Taken here by Close. Close steadies, he kicks in at the big ones. Look at this!
It's through the middle! It's a sausage roll!
Essendon in front, or level?
That's exactly level. Yeah, look at their kicking compared to Carlton's. He's a dangerous player, this kid. 25 points each, and the time is 21 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter.
And whereby Essendon are a little bit more direct in their kicking to position.
In they go, Nichols. Tries to hit it out, doesn't get it clear. Silvani came through very hard and ran into Blue. That's picked up by Evans, out towards the wing position. Crane and Close. Crane beats him to it though. He's in trouble getting away now, gets away from him. Kicks in towards the flank. Jezelenko and Ippis marks.
And shows it in his customary fashion to the crowd.
And a great comeback after a very nasty knock early in this quarter, Mike.
Ippis now, good kick too, right in towards centre-half forward. Ragsy Gould has the chance, beats him though. Noonan comes through, back towards Gould again. It's Scrambly, a hand pass here over towards centre-half forward. It's Noonan with it, racing into an open goal.
It's another one.
Well, that just shows you how this game of ours goes. Carlton have had most of the play in the quarter, and yet Essendon outscoring them. Wonderful kicking for a grand final. 5-1.
No, I'm not kidding.
Well, I couldn't honestly see it, Mike. I would still say that Carlton are well on top in the ruck department, also the roving. But Essendon in front. Look at that. Look at that. That's as far as I
there's nobody there, Teddy. That's what I'm saying. Look, centre-half forward, but Jezelenko comes in. He tries a short one down to Kikovic. Teddy, when that ball landed, there were 3 Essendon players there, and it was only that the bounce favoured Carlton and went out towards Jezelenko.
How about the punch from the centre bounce though to the half-forward flank?
It's a beauty.
That's what I'm talking about.
Kikovic now, he's already kicked 2. He's about 45 yards out on an angle. He kicks. This is going to be close, I'll tell you. It's there. Couldn't be any closer.
Kicked that from a very awkward angle too. Now that brings the scores to even again. 4-7 to 5-1, 31 points each.
It's Carlton are in diabolical trouble.
This is true.
There's only 2 players on their forward line that are giving anything.
This is right. This is what I was referring to before, Ted. There it goes towards centre-half forward for Carlton. Here's Crosswell. who's had a pretty lean
lovely
time so
Shepherd.
far. Crossfield now from a long way out. Kicks, he's put it through.
Now it's settling down into a grand final. Oh, that was beautiful shepherding by Jezelenko. Then Ted.
Yes, Eppers had the run of the ball, but well shepherded by Alex Jezelenko, allowed young Croswell in for a very good goal.
Carlton hit the front once again by 6 points. Good pass to Fletcher on the flank. He's on his own. A one bounce. I could have shorted it, but kicked it into the goal square. Blethyn couldn't mark it. Walls gets it, kicks it out to the flank again. Fletcher and Robertson go for it. They clash in midair. Fletcher tries to recover. Collins comes through to help. That's nicely picked up by Robertson. And the ball, as he's about to kick, he was slung and kicked straight out of bounds.
Did you see that number 11 Blythe? He froze in midair. That's him, number 11, and Wesloff's number 20, right in the centre of your screen.
Oh,
he was in the air. He was up like John Coleman used to get.
And Ragsy Gould's been switched out onto close on the flank. In they go now. Nichols over the top again. Tries to hit down to Croswell. Gives it over though very nicely to Benari. Benari tries a short one. It gets to Kekovic, but on the second grab, Kekovic is free.
Well, he's got it. He's kicked 3 goals, Kekovic. For mine, he's 60 yards out.
Well, he's had enough shots, Mike. He should know which way the wind is going to follow for him.
Up he comes. Puts his left boot into it. He gets plenty of height. It's swinging around. Could it drop short? It's going to be close. It's through. It's through for mine. Yes.
Carlton leading by 12 points. He's a miss too many, this fella Kekovic. 5-1 to 6-7. Still, it doesn't matter how they kick them as long as they finish in front.
He's changed his mind again.
Pryor changes his flanks. He goes for the outer flank. Oh, it doesn't come off. Crane almost pulled in a beauty. Picked up by Sproul. Sproul kicks as the siren goes. Ending the second quarter, half-time at the MCG with the scoreboard reading Essendon 5-1-31, trailing Carlton 6-8-44. Ball, who played magnificently in the second semi, is off. Obviously some sort of injury. And Peter McLean is on. Jeff Crouch bounces the ball. There they go for the third quarter. Up they go. Big Nichols, another glorious knockout out here. Players intercepted, a chance for Barry Davis, picked up by Fletcher. Essendon are kicking down to the Richmond end. Back here and down it goes from the boot of Davis. Out towards the pocket there on the outer side. Coming out to get it is Blethyn. Oh! But the ball is sharked here by Robertson. Close and Peter McLean going for it. Oh, Close goes over. McLean is shepherding, picked up by Lofts. Lofts gets his kick high, wide and handsome to the half-back flank on the member stand side. It's taken by Crane. And Crane has left the doctor stranded in midfield. Crane is still going. Here's a go. He gets a run of the ball.
Alec Eppers is kicked.
That was bad play by Jezelenko. He should have taken a hand pass from Crane instead of trying to ship it.
Just bad understanding.
Kicked in towards centre half forward. It's over Mackenzie's head. Gould comes through. He's had a very awkward day today. The kick goes out towards the flank. Out comes Gerlach.
Oh, he's a good player.
Oh, he's a ripper. Over to Davis. Davis goes through that half-back line in towards centre half forward. Noonan marks. It's touched. Play on's the call. Noonan in 2 minds then. Kicks high up towards full forward.
Blethyn
gets it. That was a very well-judged mark, that Ted.
Yeah, well, they must continue to do this, Essendon. Get the ball to him quickly.
Blethyn has already kicked 2. He's 25 yards out directly in front. Takes his kick. No mistake about this. Right through the centre.
6 points the difference. 3 goals to young Blethyn.
Well, there was a goal. There was a score that could have easily. Wesloff should never, ever have dropped that mark, Butch.
No, but still. Throw in. In goes Jones. And he takes it away from Noonan. A good hand pass out towards McLean. But, zipping in there is Close. The bigger part is Blethyn. He's fumbling. Still at it. Fumbling again. Tries to get the hand pass up towards Close. He tackled strongly by Collins. Play on by Sproul. Missed it by a whisker. That's 5 points the difference now, and still in favour of Carlton. Gee, the way the game looks, it looks as if Carlton are a mile in front, doesn't it, Ted?
They do, with the play they've been having. But young Blethyn there, he fought on very, very well to try and get that ball onto forward line.
Lofts now kicking out another glorious drop kick deep to the half-back flank on the outer side. Fletcher! Look at that!
Boy, he came down hard. He's right, though.
He went up high too.
Rode his own man then.
I got a feeling Essendon are getting back into this, you know. The kick now from Fletcher to the pocket on the outer side there. Oh, Whitten from behind. A snap and a kick. 1 point.
By Charlie Payne then, and a bad miss.
Well, there's been some chances there.
Throw in. And McKenzie over the top of Jones. It should have been a free kick there. The kick going high up here towards Williams. Williams and gone. Taps it back nicely. Jezelenko on the flank, on the opposite flank. Kicks in towards centre half forward, and Russell Blue dropped it. Has a chance for Quirk. He steps at goal. Oh no. Smothered off his boot. Has a chance for Quirk again. He puts it high towards goal.
Oh, through. Well played.
That was a great goal. He showed a lot of courage. Number 32, Brian Quirk, the Carlton half-forward flanker, right in the centre of your screen. He was hit rather solidly by Alec Eppes when he came through there.
30 and a half minutes of this third quarter gone. McKenzie comes in once again doing battle with Nichols. There they go. Neither gets a clear tap down. Fordham fumbles. He runs into trouble. He's held. He could get a free. Yes! Manari's going crook, but blind Freddie could see that.
Well, they haven't got the same view we've got of it, Mike.
Nowhere to kick to, are you?
Fordham now. Oh, Blethens comes in. There's the siren. You can save it, time and energy. And the three-quarter time scoreboard reads in the grand final of 68 here at the MCG. Essendon 6-4-40. I don't know where the lady came from. Carlton 7-9-51. Here at the MCG, this is Michael Williamson along with Alan Gale and Ted Whitten bidding you welcome to the final quarter of the grand final of 1968 between Essendon and Carlton as they go into the final stanza with Crane with the ball now in the wing position, driving it down to the forward pocket for the Blues. We find the Carlton side with a 11-point advantage. The ball smothered by Collins. He bulldozes his way, gets into trouble across to Gould. Gould tries to break clear. Eventually he gets his kick. It's into the centre. Fletcher's there. Oh, blimey. Oh, here's a chance for Crosswell now. Crosswell coming out. He's grabbed. He'll get a free.
Oh, there's two or three Essendon boys didn't want that ball.
Anything could happen here as Crosswell takes his kick. Oh, the sun is in the eyes of the players as Kekovic goes up. Charlie Payne knocks it away. It hits the ground. Kekovic has a go. Kekovic, he's running into an open goal. He dribbles it. He's missed. Jezelenko, rather. I'm sorry, Jezelenko.
Oh, he doesn't miss too many either. Oh, look at him holding his hands to his head. That would have been a very important goal. It's 12 points the difference now, still in favour of Carlton. Williams gets it, goes through centre half back, in towards the centre, a chance for Robertson. He gets it and marks. Oh, play now, went to play on.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he let him alone then, but he should have called play on. Now Robertson is right in the centre, and he's a beautiful kick, this fellow. Gets into it nicely.
Lovely.
Right up towards full forward. Big Peter Jones.
Yes.
Oh, the most important mark of the match, that.
Beautiful, strong mark.
Jones is 30 yards out. He comes. You can see he's feeling the tension too. He kicks. 1 point results.
Well, it's nearly as good as a goal, Michael. That kick brings him to 13 points.
High into the centre of the ground. Jostling going on. Knocked away here. It's taken by Crosswell. Over to Nichols. Nichols now to Gallagher. Gallagher a short one in here towards Kekovic.
He's paid the mark. He's paid the mark. He's definitely paid the mark.
A real ripper if he puts it through. It's on its way. He's hooked it though. And another behind.
Gee, they're wearing it down by points. 14 points in front, Carlton. I think Bennett might come off.
Yes, Bennett's coming off and Chandler will go on. Wait for the throw in. Nichols and McKenzie doing battle once again. Big Nick gets a tap down here. But plenty of opposition from Essendon. Nichols gets into Pryor and Pryor will take the free.
Pryor's on the ball and Payne's at full back.
Chandler's on now. He's gone to centre half forward. There's a kick up forward there. Oh, the mark almost taken by Close, but he couldn't hold it. Through they come there. Plenty of Carlton defenders. Jones picks it up, but it's intercepted here by Gosper. Gosper drives it wide across and Fordham. Nice mark. Lake. It's Lake. Lake has marked.
They sneaked him on very quickly.
50 yards out, directly in front. Bruce Lake. He kicks. He's put it through.
Oh, this is danger now. 8 points only.
Well, who's gone off?
I'm just looking, Mike.
I never saw it. Doesn't matter now, anyhow. 8 points the difference. Look at the score. 7-4 to 7-12.
Almost 12 minutes of the final quarter gone. Up comes Eppes to take his kick now. That's a good one, almost into the centre of the ground. Up they go. Oh, looks like Jones came out with it. Jones now kicks down forward. The players set themselves. The Carlton forwards are behind, taken by Crosswell. Crosswell snaps over his shoulder. Look at this.
Look at it.
Bounce right across the face of Bowles. It went in, it went out. Gerlach has it. Gerlach's going for a run along the member stand flank. Gerlach is still going. He's still going and gets his kick. A chance here for Carlton to get back into the fray as the ball there is kicked by Robertson straight over the boundary line. Kicks it forward. Shark by Eppes once again. Eppes going for a bit of a run. He steadies. It's a long kick up towards centre half forward. They fly high. No mark. Taken here by Gosbury. Runs into trouble. Gill tries to get out. Taken by Peter McLean. A hand pass back here to Noonan.
Noonan to get the free.
Oh, he wasn't waiting either. Noonan plays on straight away. Kicks down forward.
Oh no, a horrible thought just entered my mind. Could it be a draw?
Whitten has kicked 3. He's kicked 3 goals. Wesley Loft's claimed he touched that ball, but the umpire says, I'm paying the mark. Up comes Whitten now. He's only 20 yards out on a slight angle. He's put it through. 1 point the difference.
That's 1 point the difference now.
That's what I said.
I couldn't hear you, Mike, with the roar of that crowd.
8-5 to 7-12. 1 point the difference. It's taken 3 quarters to see this pressure really applied.
Up they go there. Nichols goes up high for it. Down to the ground it comes. A chance for Minari. Gets one in the back. He's paid it. Paid it to Minari. And Minari's within kicking distance.
Oh, he's a long way out, Mike.
He's 55 yards out. He should be able to kick it, Butch. In the goal square. Kekovich being closely watched by Charlie Payne.
Big Jones in the pocket, moving into the square now.
Minari comes up to take his kick. Puts his boot behind it. It's travelling long. It's swinging off, however. They set themselves. Up they go. Touch through, one behind. 2 points in front, Carlton.
Oh, that was a beautiful kick too under the pressure.
And there'll be a throw in on Carlton's half-forward flank on that outer side. Nichols comes in with Mackenzie. They've got renewed vigour. It's so close. The tap down. It goes to Chandler. Chandler kicks up towards the pocket. Here's the danger man. Eppes coming out once again. He's still going around. Eventually gets his kick. It's at centre half forward for Carlton. And Fletcher will be paid it.
He's paid the push.
It was a dangerous move of Alec Eppes, but he had nowhere else to go.
He's either paid the push or the mark. Oh, Fletcher comes right across the ground towards the member stand flank. Gerlach's there on his own. Up it goes towards Davis. Davis tries a short one in here. It doesn't come off, however. Picked up here by Ellis. Ellis up to the pocket. Here's a goal. They fly.
Whitten. Whitten's marked it. He's on a very acute angle.
Whitten is 45 yards out.
I should have passed it, Mike.
45 yards out, Whitten. He's hard up against the boundary line. Kicking to the scoreboard and goal. Can he put it through?
Very cool in his approach.
Pressure right on this kid. Oh, he's run around a bit. He kicks. The result?
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds in the forward pocket.
Well, that gives them a chance to score now. What's the time? Sorry, I can't help myself.
8-5, 53 to 7-13, 55. 2 points the difference in Carlton's favour with the ball right in the Essendon's forward pocket.
And 23 and a half minutes of the final quarter gone. The throw-in takes place. The players set themselves. Nichols and Mackenzie go for it. Mackenzie gets a tap down. There they go. But it's taken by Lofts. Lofts kicks it high to the flank position on the outer side. A go here. It's taken by Crane. Carlton out of trouble. Crane better get his kick. He does so down to the half-forward flank on the outer side. The ball bounces. Knocked away here by Williams. Williams and Quirk going for it. Quirk falls on top of it. Can he recover? Yes, he does so.
He's got to get a free kick.
Down. And Shaw looks disgusted.
Oh, it was an obvious free kick.
But oh boy, what a grand final. What a grand final. We're into time on. We're into time on. Almost 25 and a half minutes gone as the throw-in takes place. There they go. Mackenzie gets up high. Here's a chance for Charlie Payne to pick up. Payne has it. He's tackled by Jesselenko. The ball goes forward. Players lose sight of it. Shaw to Epps. Epps now over to the wing position on the outer side. Gale from behind.
No, the man in front.
He's playing it close on the wing position on the outer side. Up he comes to take his kick towards centre half forward. All pressure here. Lofts.
Wonderful mark. A wonderful mark.
Oh boy. 26 minutes gone. Ron Barassi's down on the fence now as we wait for Lofts to take his kick. Up he comes, he favours the drop kick. It's a good one, it's over the centre. The players set themselves priors in there. Oh! Chandler has marked. Can Carlton hang on? Up comes Chandler to take his kick. It's going forward. They come out to meet it. They fly. Jones!
Had it all the way.
Jones is 50 yards out directly in front.
Oh,
A goal here. And it'll be Carlton's grand final, I feel, if he can steer this through. Don McKenzie comes in trying to upset him.
Well within kicking distance.
50 yards out, directly in front, kicking to the Richmond end. Peter Jones needs a big hoof. Puts his boot behind it. It's offline.
Out of bounds.
1 point. Out of bounds.
Look at Big Nichols moving in for this one.
It's
I
out of
bet he
bounds.
tries to grab it.
Out of bounds in the forward pocket on that outer side. There's a throw in. Nichols is there. Up goes McKenzie. McKenzie gets a tap away. It goes to Quirk. Here's trouble. Quirk over his shoulder. It's a funny old kick. It doesn't travel much distance except up and down. In comes McKenzie, but it's taken by Crane. Crane now drives into the pocket once again. There'll be another throw in that forward for Carlton on the outer side. The forward pocket for Carlton on the outer side.
They've got to keep it down there.
27 and a half minutes almost gone. There's a throw in. In they come. Pryor does battle with Nichols. Cross it goes there towards Kekovic. He's in trouble. Picked up by Croswell. 1 point. Oh boy.
I don't know how their nerves are going out there, but I'm just about shattered. Here's a short one out here towards Evans. Evans will mark quietly and safely. Plays on. Short one and Silvani there. Hits over. Can't quite get it. Croswell comes through. Gives it to Quirk.
Oh!
And pushing through now. It's
Robertson loses control of the ball. Barry Davis is still going. He goes to the ground.
Should have been a push to back to Davis.
A ball up. Are these boys weary? Oh, believe me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Going on to 28 and a half minutes gone now. There they go, the bounce of the ball. Nichols goes up there with McKenzie. It's going to go over the boundary line. It's on Carlton's half-forward flank on the member stand side. Where is Croswell playing? By golly, he's bobbing up everywhere.
Throw in now on the centre wing with a time ticking away in the 68 grand final. McKenzie and Nichols. They punched it over towards Davis. McKenzie takes it. The kick smothered. He tries to wrestle.
The neck to McKenzie.
Siren's gone. The siren's gone, has it? Yes. Look at this. We couldn't hear the siren. Carlton are premiers. 8-5, 53 Essendon. Carlton 7-14, 56. Carlton are premiers. And look at this. Look at it. 21 years since a premiership. Butch, what can you say?
Oh, it was a tremendous effort, Mike. They could have lost it 2 in the finish. 2 points only to win a premiership after all that striving.